maintain that position. But yes, demanding residuals is adequate. Demanding more pay in this situation is totally fucking, it's totally valid. I think that that's fair. You don't have to be like a perfect person with great opinions overall in order to get paid decently. New evidence has emerged that Bayonetta voice actor Helena Taylor was offered at least $15,000 to reprise her role in the forthcoming sequel, contrary to her claims. A new report by Bloomberg, which has then since been corroborated by VGC, cites documentation as well as two people familiar with the negotiations who said that Platinum attempted to hire Taylor for 5 sessions lasting 4 hours apiece, each of which would have been $3,000 and $4,000. Okay, $1,000 an hour is pretty solid. According to VGC, this would have been a significant increase of Taylor's fee from the second game. According to the report, Taylor rejected these terms, asked for a 6-figure sum and residuals instead. Even though $1,000 is pretty good, residuals is, I think, a completely reasonable thing to demand. I love when neats sitting in their fucking crusty underwear at home goes, $1,000 an hour, I'd do it. Yeah, well, you're not a fucking professional voice actor, dog. Like, yeah, of course. Like, there's a difference between someone like this lady, okay, and you. Because, there's a lot of work that went into it. They learned about it. Like, come on. Motherfuckers would be like, bro, I'd do it right now for $100. Yeah, exactly, which is precisely why you're not doing it and you didn't audition. Needs to do the same shit when athletes go on strike. Yeah, exactly. It's like, bro, no one is watching your ass try and fail to dunk. No one's watching my ass try and fail to dunk. Okay? But there's still plenty of issues with the way that she went about this. Specifically shitting on Jennifer Hale, who is the new voice actor that they hired instead. But when they hired a voice actor that is a bigger name for this role, that's what was immediately suspicious to me. If you remember, I talked about this. One of the first things that I considered to be rather weird was the fact that they went with a more expensive voice actor, right? They went with a more expensive voice actor. If their goal was to nickel and dime, they would have not done that. They would have went with someone else that they could have definitely fucking abused and exploited even better than someone who had already established herself as the voice of Bayonetta. Report Taylor rejected these terms, asked for a 6-figure sum and residuals instead. After lengthy negotiations, Platinum subsequently hired Jennifer Hale to take on the role of Bayonetta. Taylor reportedly declined a subsequent offer of a cameo for the fee of 1 session. Taylor called the report an absolute lie in statements to both Bloomberg and VGC, claiming that Platinum was trying to save their ass in the game. She also said that she stands by everything in the video. I would like to put this whole bloody franchise behind me, quite frankly, and get on with my life in the theater. She wrote, the Bayonetta 3 exploded into view over the weekend when Taylor tweeted multiple videos claiming that she only offered $4,000 in return for the sequel while urging fans to boycott the game. Director Hideki Kamiya tweeted that it was sad and deplorable about the attitude of untruth. This motherfucker, I don't know if this is like getting lost in translation here from Japanese to English, or if my dude just straight up speaks in haikus, okay? This is poetry. This is not, okay, anyway, that's besides the point. This is before he, of course, blocked everyone on Twitter for the crime of speaking English, while Hale replied that she supports every actor's right to be paid well, but that she was not at liberty to speak on the situation. Voice actors across the industry shared their support for Taylor, opening a broader discussion about pay in actors for gaming, as noted by Stephen Totilo. The SAG-AFTRA union minimum is $1,000 per session with no residuals. Nintendo has been contacted for comment, and this story will be updated with any additional statements. Jennifer Hale, this was her statement, by the way. With regards to Bayonetta 3, as a longtime member of the voice acting community, I support every actor's right to be paid well and have advocated consistently for this for years. Anyone who knows me or has followed my career will know that I have great respect for my peers and that I am an advocate for all members of the community. I am under an NDA and I'm not at liberty to speak regarding the situation. My reputation speaks for itself. I sincerely ask that everyone keep in mind that this game has been created by an entire team of hardworking, dedicated people. I hope everyone will keep an open mind about what they've created. Finally, I hope that everyone involved may resolve their differences in an amicable and respectful way with love and respect to you all. Jennifer Hale. A week union, that seems like a weak rate. $1,000 a session. It just depends on what we're talking about. And also remember, that's the bottom. It depends on how many hours a session is, and that's the bottom. You're talking about the bottom, okay? That's the minimum. Saying that SAG is a fucking weak union because you're pointing to the minimum that you have to pay, like every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's a part of the fucking union is, you know. There's a reason why Japanese studios refuse to fucking work with unionized voice actors. Remember, that's the minimum, and the other person, the original voice actor, was getting paid 4 times that for each individual session. Oh, so Hale is a scab? No, this would not be scabbing in that situation. Unless there was already like some, you can't say someone is scabbing when there are negotiations happening. There's no strike. What the how is a leftist, first of all, Jennifer Hale is a part of a fucking union, okay? What do you mean, scabbing? If they're having individual contract negotiations with individual actors, okay, and trying to figure out who to move with, and there is no fucking strike, that doesn't mean that they're scabbing, okay? Because even when you're in a union, you are still competing with other actors for the same position. They're both a part of the same union. That's not how that works. Some of you are completely oblivious to how this works, even though I have talked about this process time and time again. It's getting real general strike in here, okay? It's getting real anarchy, general strike subreddit attitudes in here.